Hey, this is Tracy James here at my house. What I'm going to teach you today is how to dig up bamboo. Basically, I've done it many times before, but I've never videoed it. When I was searching on YouTube for videos of how to adequately extract bamboo or dig it up without killing it to replant it, I found like horrible videos. So I decided to make my own because I came into a situation where, well, basically I got to pull this up or it's going to go wild. Anyway, I'll show you what I did. Here's the house. I have I planted over 325 bamboo trees initially on the perimeter of the house, leading all the way to the front up there, and then all the way this way, and then around the back. And then leading all the way down to the front of the house again. So I got a lot of bamboo and a lot of experience doing this. I put in this 1/8 inch plastic shielding right here, as if you could see it. And it's bolted together so the bamboo can't wedge between it and actually escape. But what was happening over here was is that the I guess the dirt came higher. It's about 2 inches out of the ground, but as you could see, like the mulch, I would mulch them because we're on the East Coast here, and I was trying to maintain the bamboo actually thrived a little bit better with mulching on the top during the winter. The mulch overcame the sides from the squirrels digging and burying nuts, and it was enabled the risers to jump the barrier without me knowing. And basically planted this one big, like 10 foot bamboo tree here. And as you can see, it jumped the riser. Jumped the barrier, which is back there, and planted, and already we have 1, 2, and 3 bamboos sprouting out of this thing. So what I got to do is I got to dig the perimeter here with a shovel without damaging this, and then I got to cut it with snips or depending on how thick it is, and then find out. It's probably out here already. You know, that right there, when it starts doing that, it's probably like somewhere out here. I gotta extract this before it gets into the yard, and then this whole yard will just be inundated with bamboo roots, and God knows one day I'll come back and there'll be like another dozen plants shooting out of the ground, which I don't want, because I like to play volleyball and soccer and stuff back here in the yard. So anyway, I'm going to get to it. Got my shed right back here, so it's perfect. I got all my tools in the back. I'm going to use a shovel. Got my old archery equipment back here too. I'm going to use a shovel, and I got also these post hole digger shovel here, which is good because this thing is used to going straight down, so I could try to isolate, step on the sides, and the roots only usually go down about a max, maybe a foot, if that, which is good. But they spread out pretty crazily. So I should probably start with this to try to find just how widespread underground the root system is, and then once I isolate that, then I could start digging out with the regular spearhead shovel. Alright, I'll keep you informed. Okay, so what you see here is with this post hole digger, this one right here goes down about 2 feet. Made a perimeter around where the bamboo was starting to come up out of the ground here. So I made a perimeter here all the way around, and then I dug it out with the shovel. What you don't want to do is, if you want to keep these things and replant them, there's the root system. Nice little bug. I mean, some worms. There's a root system like this attached to this here. You'll see these risers right here. You gotta make sure that I severed it with the here's more of the root system here. You don't want to destroy all of this. You know, I accidentally clipped this one here, but you don't want to destroy all this because that's what feeds the bamboo. So when I came around the perimeter, I accidentally cut into some of it. That's something you don't want to do. I've replanted bamboo where it was only like these risers, like a stalk without any of the roots coming off of it, and I had a really bad retention. They didn't grow, or they took like a year to actually grow. You want to keep these things so they can absorb water, and then these things will start shooting out of the ground. So what I'm doing now is, I already went down. Wow, look at the size of that spider. I already went down pretty deep, about 1.5 feet, about a foot maybe, and seems to be I got a hold of the root system, and I'm going to try to extract this whole cluster in one shot. The only problem is this thing had to get started. This stalk here had to get started somewhere, and it had to come from my initial section back there. So as I'm digging the shovel underneath the perimeter and trying to keep these on the top, I have to find out where the initial bamboo jumped into this, and then all I have to do is sever that. You don't want to, you know, I got to cut that thing back with some clippers. You don't want to just keep jamming it with the shovel, because you don't want to damage the initial you know, system here or shock it. So, you know, it'd be better if you just cut the thing back instead of just whacking the hell out of it with a shovel. Anyway, the ground here is pretty soft, so it makes life a lot easier as well. Anyway, I'll get back to digging this thing out, and hopefully I get to show you what it looks like. Okay, so what I did was, with the pitched shovel, I basically went around the perimeter of this bamboo cluster. And you can see how big it is. It doesn't look like much with one stalk sticking out of the ground, but look at all the roots coming out, and look at all the bigger root systems down here. Got a little pair of clippers. The soil is so moist right now. We had severe downpours within the last couple of days, so the soil is so moist. You know, it's making my job a lot easier. And see, as I'm pitching under it, a lot of these root systems, even though they're individual plants now, are all tied into one another. So I keep going under and basically digging out the dirt underneath. And then it's hard to do this with one hand to show you. You see the whole thing just moved like that? See that? Now, after I get this up, I gotta make sure that these other roots don't infiltrate this part of the yard. So I'll go in, I'll wedge this up, and I'll get the clips over here and clip it. You know, if you have a hedge cutter, it would be a lot better and a lot easier. But as you can see, I got a cluster with about, there's two coming out of the ground right here, one right here, and 3 there on the other side, if you could see them. So I have 5, 6, I have 6 plants in this one cluster. A plant like this, a 10-footer, bamboo, even on the west coast, east and west coast, sometimes you could get anywhere from you know, 35 to I've even seen them sell as high as 85 for one stalk, one root ball like that. So you got to figure, you know, it's full, beautiful, ready to go. If it was like a 2-footer, 3-footer, and it didn't have the shoot like this, like come up. You know, I've seen them sell them for 35 bucks if they're little, like, you know, 2-3 footers, but like a 10-footer like this, mature, pretty sweet. Plus with all this, I'm not saying I'm going to sell this, I'm going to replant it somewhere. But anyway, let me get back to digging this thing out. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I basically got this thing sideways now, which means I'm in great shape. And I tried to lift it, couldn't get this thing totally out of the ground because there's the starting point of this monstrosity right here. That one little riser is what they call when it jumps the barrier or continues on, has jumped the barrier and basically made its way. So I got these clips right here. Normally these things wouldn't do it. You see that? Sorry about that. Anyway, I just clipped it with the clips. You know, normally people try and shoot it out with a shovel and it kind of screws it up. See this right here? These little nuggets? That's the start of another tree coming off this thing. So after I pull this one out, I gotta dig this back, find out where it jumped, and then a little snipping like this. Hello! Hello! Yeah, I gotta snip it like that. So this thing should come right out of the ground now because of, let me see, you don't want to destroy it, so I'm coming low on the pole. You see that? It's ready to come out. I gotta throw the shovel under there a little bit more and wedge it out. But other than that, this thing is good to go and be replanted somewhere where it'll prosper. So with a little more effort, there was this one right at the bottom there. I kept trying to get it. This was holding it down. Another one seems like that might have been the source. Then maybe it's going off to the side here. I gotta find that, dig down a little bit more. But anyway, I got it out. Here's your entire plant intact with the root system. You know, I cut the end. This thing is ready to go. As you can see, I destroyed that one there. That's not good. This one's dead too. Well, anyway, as you can see, you got some live ones here that are still taut. Looks like something might have eaten away at this when it started. That's a nice thick base on it. This one's good. So wherever this is planted, it's sure to flourish. Again, it's about a 10-footer, which is beautiful. It looks so beautiful. Anyway, again, that's all you need. A little pair of clippers, pitched shovel, and also the post hole digger, so it could go straight down. So you could make a perimeter, and then just a little, you know, throw on your gloves and a little back work, and you lift the whole thing right out of the ground in one shot with the shovel underneath. Hope this video was informative and that it helps you with your bamboo needs. Again, I'm Tracy James. Peace out.